What's going on? What's going on? We back, Goodfella Sports TV. Y'all know what the business is, man. And I was going to talk about the Markelle Fultz thing. Somebody asked in the comment section. And then they came out and said they wasn't going to trade him. He was in their future plans. Now, Markelle Fultz is about to get dealt. He's no longer in the Philadelphia 76ers future plans. We back once again, NBA video, and they're going to trade him. So, they're looking for a late first, maybe. The report says maybe looking at possibly a late first or expiring contract, so they don't have to pay him $9.7 million guaranteed next year. And you know what's so funny about it is they said they're no longer using his shoulder as an excuse anymore. You just think he a bust. He said this is one of his hardest working summers this year, and obviously that didn't produce much. And I kind of knew it wasn't gonna work. This was a horrible draft pick by Philadelphia and Colangelo at the time. Because I'm gonna tell you this, you go get a point guard when you draft a point guard and Ben Simmons. See, Philadelphia really messed up a lot of those draft picks, man. They could have a way better team than what they currently have. They drafted Embiid, Nerlens Noel, Jahlil Okafor, Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, and why that's significant is that obviously they've drafted the same type of player, Okafor, Nerlens Noel, and Joel Embiid, excuse me, had a brain freeze for a minute. All those guys, for one, played the same position, and three, all came to the league hurt or got hurt in the league and never was able to produce until Joel Embiid got healthy a couple seasons ago, okay? So, obviously, that was a terrible type of pick right there. Picked the same type of player a few times. Then they get Ben Simmons. Okay, we all know Ben Simmons is a point guard, point forward. Even more than what Grant Hill was for Detroit Pistons back in the 90s, being a point forward. He's a point guard, Ben Simmons. And not just a point forward like LeBron, he's a point guard. We knew he was a scorer, more of an inside scorer, ball handler type of point guard. Markelle Fultz, and at Washington, nobody really seen him play because he was in a terrible Washington team at the Pac-12. I seen with my own eyes Lonzo dominate him in one performance. But he was known as a scorer. He could shoot. He was an offensive weapon. He kind of had, some comparisons to James Harden, how he kind of moved swift through the lane. But one thing I did notice is that he needed the ball in his hand to be effective. So does Ben Simmons. So when he had the shoulder injury, he came in the league, he couldn't shoot, and he had the shoulder injury. Guess what happened? You got two Ben Simmons, even though they two different type of sizes. But you had two Ben Simmons. You had two guards that need the ball, Okay, you had one guard that could shoot in college before the shoulder injury, and Markelle Fultz. Now he can't shoot, so he has to really rely on his scoring ability going to the lane. Now you got Ben Simmons that got to rely on his scoring ability. He can't shoot going into the lane. You're redundant. You're redundant in your draft picks. You pick the same type of player 5 times. Embiid, Okafor, Nerlens Noel 3 times. Then you go Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz. 5 times. You pick the same, well, not 5 times, but you get what I'm saying. They picked the same type of player, and that was bad drafting. Out of 5 picks, you better at least get 1 right. They got 2 right in Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. But Markelle Fultz, they didn't get right in common sense that you got a point guard, you got a big guy. Okay, you got a point guard of the future in Ben Simmons. You got the big guy of the future, Joel Embiid. You supposed to go get you a wing. You're supposed to go get Jason Tatum. But they got caught up in the sauce, got caught up in the hype. Pick Markelle Fultz, had 2 point guards on the roster. Then at one point they had 3 centers on the roster. It was bad drafting, bad team management by Brian or Jerry Colangelo. I forget which one is the son who's no longer there. It's bad positioning. Even though he struck gold on Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, both was number 1 picks, I believe. I mean, it was just bad management. Markelle Fultz shouldn't even have been in Philadelphia, okay? Jason Tatum should have been there. Even though Josh Jackson, fellow Detroiter, salute, what up the hell to my Detroiters, he ain't playing so well. It's because, they're redundant in Phoenix. From Marquise Chris, they add him to TJ Warren, Josh Jackson. Last year he showed when he was able to get the ball, he's able to do some things on the wing. But they was better off getting, Donovan Mitchell. They was better off getting Jason Tatum was the perfect fit. Josh Jackson was another great fit. They just dropped the ball on here, man. And you know what? If you need a fresh start, you need a fresh start. I'm not gonna label him a complete bust, but I don't see it getting no better from this point. But his shoulder is mentally messed him up. He ain't mentally strong. He's mentally being tested. He could be the worst number 1 pick. Worse than Kwame Brown, worse than Michael Olowokandi. You name it, he probably gonna be worse than them. if he don't get this situation together, man. They say they're no longer using the shoulder as an excuse. And possibly, you know, there's some people out there that'll deal with him. You know what I'm saying? That'll take a deal for him. I believe, you know, Washington may throw some more stuff in there, though. But Detroit is another place looking to get rid of Reggie Jackson or Luke Kennard or something like that. Cheaper, lower price player. You know, they need shooting. Luke can shoot. So, you know, never know, man. But Markelle Fultz is on the move. He's on the move. He got the groove. He on the move. He out. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Young King, hold your head up. Just continue to work and get your shoulder together, man. But it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Twitter, also the email, also the Facebook group. The intro, instrumental link is in the description. All that's in the description. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's there as well. Salute to all the brothers and sisters out there holding us down like, whoa. We're going to continue to talk NBA and more stuff coming up. We gone.